Okay, guys, thought we were done for the day, but you got sneeze? You good? Transporter has come all the way from across the country with this and just unloaded it. And I actually asked Christian, I said, look, you know we're going to jump on this thing. You know we're going to make a bunch of changes. Should we let everybody follow the ride along or should we just surprise them? He said, ride along. He said, I'd like to see it in its progression. I probably got 50 photos of this truck from every angle underneath. I didn't care about the top. I cared about the bottom. And I keep I've probably had 10 phone calls today explaining to people, if you don't start with a good specimen, I use specimen, carcass, I don't know what the right word is, you're not going to ever have anything. We get so many square bodies in here that you could tell somebody found in a field and they felt good because they got it for $500. They say, no problem. And they start spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. I'm guilty of that. My personal red 1974 Chevrolet that I've spent $100,000 on over all these years was a $700 purchase. But I went too far. And it's always going to be a truck that was rusty and it got rocker panels and it got a bed. I love it. It's mine. But when we're on the sales side, people want to start with the most nice specimen possible. That's why I spent so much time getting pictures of this. A 1991 last year ever square body. 3+3 crew cab, long bed, 1 ton, 3500 series V platform. Also, most people would know as a K. Completely, I know you don't want to lean down with so much, Christian. Other than just road grime, the floor pans are original. The frame has never had paint. Still has the little plastic doodaddies that I'm such a nut about. She is spectacularly original and solid and not a bit of rust in it at all. Now, it has its imperfections. It also has, how far is it across the country? 2,600 miles of bugs splattered across it that won't be there come morning because Alvin will make sure that disappears. Mike forgot his tag. Also, the square body is officially ready. Spent a few days in the shop getting its stuff done. Stepside square body. Christian's going to update the pictures a little bit. This truck, per the customer's previous owner's story, was a camper truck basically its whole life. That's what these are for those that don't know what this is. I just added an extra scratch to the truck actually also. I hit it with the tag. These can be removed. It's got a spray-in bed liner that somebody did a halfway okay job. And currently it is completely stock. The bumper's missing its pad. These pieces here are also for tying down the camper in the back, in case you've ever seen these and wonder what they are. Christian just made a face like he just learned something. Yeah. Christian just learned something. The bar in the middle there is the support. Basically the camper slid in. It had big tie downs right here, and then it had tie downs in the back. And that's what held it on the truck. But it also allowed the truck to probably be preserved a lot better because it probably was kept indoors because most people keep their campers inside. She's original. She's very basic. It is an AC truck. I can't even remember now what motor it had. It took a little while to get it transported. Yep. We're in luck. It's the good one. What is it? What is it?
5.7?
Not a 5.7.
7.4. It's big.
7.4, fuel injected, big block, original inner fender wells, original jack, dual batteries, and the truck was silver. Now I'm going to lead into something really funny. Really funny. What?
It was silver.
It was silver. It was all silver. Somebody put the white on the top. So the bottom section, I don't think it's even been painted, but they painted the white. So, and the paint's definitely faded down there. Did everything. I don't even know if I should do this part of the video. So I preach to you guys to always be cautious when buying something or selling something online. I preach it over and over and over again. We've had a dozen or more comments in our comment section of people saying, man, you saved me. I was getting ready to be scammed. I was getting ready to buy a scam. I was getting ready to sell to a scammer. I'm glad our scam and videos help because it's very, 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 very real. I bought this truck, sight unseen. I asked for the pictures. I got everything I needed. I said, please send me your wiring instructions. I wired the money. Guy said, hey, you're on the other side of the coast. No problem. I'll work out the transportation. There it is. That's how I got here. It took the spot of 2 vehicles, but I paid the price to deal with that. I knew that was part of it. Wired the money, got the paperwork done. He asked how to mail the title. I said, mail the title, no problem. If anybody was going to get scammed, it was going to be me. I'm the one out the money for a truck that I didn't have, for a title that I didn't have. All I had was some emails and some paperwork. But I felt comfortable. And a lot of it's about feeling comfortable and knowing how to go about it and what you're okay with. About a day later, I start getting shitty text. When are you picking this truck up? My guy, which is Christian behind the camera, had it online immediately. Transporter was supposed to pick it up the next day. We communicated that. Well, lo and behold, the transporter canceled. No fault of ours. So I did forget to text him and tell him that. The next morning, of course, difference in time, Christian notices that it was canceled, reposts it, gets another transporter. About noon, which would be about waking up time on the West Coast, I get another text. Are you trying to scam me here? What's going on? What? So I had to figure out who it was that was even texting me at first. And it was lunchtime. We had customers in the office. But I was like, I figured out what it was. I was like, scam? Why? We wired you money. I guess you mailed me the title. You still have my truck. And the transporter canceled. We've already got another transporter. He's going to be there tomorrow. I just don't, something doesn't feel right. I'm like, I don't know. This is just the way it goes. We transport vehicles every day, all day. We buy vehicles all day. Sometimes 8 or 10, sometimes 1 or 2. But we buy something every single day. And we put a lot of trust out there, and that's why we know so much about scams. Second transporter cancels. We repost it. We get another transporter. Turns out that it's the same transporter that was going to get it the first time, but couldn't fit it. Now he can fit it. So we repost it. We resend the man the information. And I guess it's Friday now. And he's leaving for the weekend. Okay, no problem. I'll cancel and repost it for Monday to work around your schedule. No problem. I'm right on that, right, Kristen? Okay. Then I get a text. Don't stress it. I'm just going to leave it outside. Keys in the floor. I'm like, okay, that's cool. The transporter can pick it up. No problem. I look back at my phone an hour later, and he sent another text. He said, or whoever finds it first, I guess is going to have a free truck. I have this in text message, guys. I'm not making this up. I'm not going to blast this particular person because it would probably cripple their business. But that was the text message I got. I text back nicely. Instead of that text I wanted to send and kick somebody's teeth out through the phone, I said, sir, I'm sorry it's frustrating. We are on the other coast. We deal with transporters every day, all day long, and sometimes things don't work out. Thank you for leaving the keys in it. As the transporter says, he will be there after your business hours and get the truck to me. I didn't get any text back. I said, wait about another hour. I said, again, sorry for the frustration, but thank you for working through it. I could not have been any more polite. And that's the last text I've heard. So, leads me to the next one. As you guys know, I have this current problem with buying three-wheelers. So I either get on Craigslist. I am slightly admitting that it may be a little bit of a problem, but all y'all will understand when all this is over with that I have a real reason for doing what I'm doing, and everybody in this world is going to enjoy it, including my current employees that don't understand it. While we were traveling to Bloomsburg, I'm in a different area. Why would I not want to look in that area to see what's there? I've got everything in the Virginia and Tri-Cities area there is to buy. Why not look in a different area? So I start sending out some messages. Well, I'm using my fiance's Facebook because I don't have one, and I don't have the company one to use at the time. So I send a couple messages. Hey, we're in town. Would like to purchase this. It worked 1 out of 3 times. I said, we're at a hotel. Maybe that's a little weird. I explained we're in town for a big truck event. Thought that was enough. I want to pay cash. And if you would mind, because everything we had was long rigs meeting, I will take it off your hands for what you're asking. I'm not going to negotiate. I'm not going to kick tires. Well, the one guy showed up. We were at the event. She handed him the cash. He unloaded the four-wheeler. Happy as can be. He was thrilled. He's a follower on the channel already. Loves our content. One of the other ones said, I'm not getting scammed. No, thank you. One of the other ones was kind of a back and forth a little bit. We couldn't work out the timing. But where I'm going with this was yesterday, because of the fact we still had to go pick some things up in that area and some trucks, I reached out about one I really did want, really bad. I said, hey, my employee is traveling through your area. He'd be willing to pick this four-wheeler up. I'd like to add it to my collection. He has cash. Could you send me a roundabout address just to make sure it's on his route? Or a phone number to text with you, because I don't have Facebook, so I'd like to communicate. Send me your number, or here's mine. I real quickly got a response back. No thanks. I was at a loss for words. And she calmed me down a little bit because I was heated. I was very heated. I did respond back as to no problem. It was going to go to an amazing home. Going to pay you what you were asking. Was not going to try to dicker with you. And thanks, but no thanks, I guess. And she said, just, you got to understand, you preach about these scams. The person probably thinks that you're trying to scam them. But I was heated. I was extremely heated. I don't know. I still go back to, if your gut doesn't feel right, don't do it. I guess I'm on the other side of this table. And but I can promise you, if you ever see our name come across on something, because we have to buy vehicles. Sometimes we have to reach out on Facebook. Sometimes we have to deal with people on Facebook. You're not going to find an easier transaction if the vehicle is what it's supposed to be, whether it be a three-wheeler for $500 or $50,000 or a truck that's $100,000 or $200,000 or a boat, a classic car. If you describe it right and we strike a deal, we're going to hold through on our end of the bargain. And I guess I just see both sides of it. And I don't know. That's a bunch of rambling. But I was heated. I was very, very, very heated. This right here left me very frustrated, very upset, very aggravated. I'm happy the truck's here. I'm happy that we're going to make this truck a cool truck. We're probably going to yank the running boards off. More than likely, we will lift this truck because it has an amazing undercarriage. It has the motor everybody wants for this generation without being modified. And it has a great body. It needs paint, but what a great specimen. So if you guys are looking for something like that, obviously we can carry it to whatever level you're looking for. That is my, is that a good enough rant, Christian?
Yeah. Hey, you feel better now? No.
I'm thinking about that four-wheeler and how I really, because I had her dig a little deeper. Again, I was on my fiance's, not our company Facebook. So I had her look a little bit more about what the man had for sale because I was going to offer to buy whatever he had for sale. He had some mud bog tires. He had some truck parts. He's a truck guy.
He missed out on a payday.
I kind of wish now that he would understand and realize maybe he's even a subscriber and he's like, holy bejesus. But again, use your gut. He probably was like, this dude's a scammer. But I was pretty clear. There was cash. There was a driver that, was coming, that I was real. I wasn't going to dick her. I wanted it. It was a fair price. It was more, somebody else would have showed up and wanted to give $2,000, and I think it was $2,500. I was willing to give the $2,500 or whatever it was, but that's the way it goes, guys. If you ever see somebody reach out, it might not be the woman that's texting you or emailing you or Facebooking you. It could be the guy behind the scenes. So check it twice. Find out if you're naughty or nice. Check the good box. Thanks, guys. Rant for today. Beautiful Squarebody. Transporter's leaving. Parked in the no parking section. Again. Thank you.